Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. It's always wonderful to see you, and appreciate having the opportunity to talk about Edgemont Gold and what we're up to. We are in the middle of a drill program. It was a long time coming with delays on permitting. Well, actually, probably about 2 months later than we thought, which in the scope of mineral exploration is not that long. So we have identified a copper gold porphyry exploration opportunity. Our prime target is copper. We feel we have a high probability of an economic copper gold porphyry discovery. We have an experienced management team. We have low market capitalization, under $5 million. We have high leverage on discovery. We're drilling 6 kilometers north of a high-grade gold-silver discovery announced by Sun Summit recently, earlier this year actually. But we have same mineralization we feel on our property. Again, gold is a secondary target for us on the way to the large copper target at depth. We feel we are drilling through some copper quartz pyrite breccia zones that have hosted gold for Sun Summit that are on our property, and we're hoping they might have the opportunity to do the same. We have the drill targets have been identified by doing the work. We did soil and outcrop sampling when we initially acquired the property. We did magnetic and IP surveys, and we had access to historic drill logs that indicated some successful drilling at depth. And one drill hole drilled on the property in 1975. The last drilling was in 1976. We're excited to be back there now drilling. It's easy access by road. We're right beside the city. I'm always big on infrastructure because that makes a world of difference when it comes to cost and ability to work year round. We are fully funded for a 6-hole drill program currently underway, and we are drilling deep holes. The capitalization of the company is about 26 million shares issued and outstanding, fully diluted 35 million shares approximately. Management holds 17% of that, and we have a treasury of $2.4 million starting the month of September. This is an established porphyry copper gold mining district. There are a number of mines in the area, like Huckleberry Mine to the south. We're 6 kilometers from the town of Houston. It's road access to the center of the property. I was told if they come up for the site visit, I can drive there in my car. I don't know if I'll do that, but it's pretty encouraging. It's open forest and fields. It's not high mountain terrain. It's the ability to work all year round, even with snow. We are on the Equity Silver Mine paved road. That Equity Silver Mine was a fast producing mine to the south, 26 kilometers. And again, with infrastructure, there's workforce, there's a rail network, and there's hydropower. And you can see from the map in the lower left-hand corner, we're so close to Houston, you can see the streets of Houston in the map. So tremendous access. It's a known copper gold porphyry district. This porphyry was identified in 1975. As usual, when they log an area and they do a road cut, some rock comes out of the ground and they test the mineralization, and then they identified an opportunity to work on something here. We picked this up early going through government records. The individuals that founded or experienced professionals known to myself and Joe Campbell, my partner in this project. And it's an established mining district. It's a known porphyry. We went in there and confirmed that with our soil sampling, our outcrop sampling with some good grades of copper and gold in outcrop. We then did a magnetic survey as we expanded the property and acquired additional ground. There was a magnetic high that corresponded to the map area of the known Dungate intrusive. We also identified another magnetic high undercover to the north, which indicates another possible intrusion. We'll be talking about that in this presentation as well. After the magnetic survey, next step, let's do induced polarization. We did a 16-kilometer line survey in 2020, and that identified a 1.2 kilometer high chargeability IP anomaly coincident with a strong magnetic high on the initial Dungate intrusive, but again, also a hidden intrusive was identified to the north. And importantly for us, a drill log from 1975, there were no assays available, but it did report mineralization, a hole of 142 meters of abundant chalcopyrite at the bottom of the only dig hole ever drilled, with a length of 333 meters. The last drilling was in 1976, and they were only shallow holes. So we're excited to be back here drilling, going beyond where the drilling has gone before. This is an outline of the property area and sort of gives a recap of how this came about. We initially acquired an option in 2018, the block in the middle with a little chunk out of the bottom where we fill it in, letting in another important piece of ground from a prospector who held it since the 70s. As we did work and he saw that we were doing work and doing the proper work, we were able to finally get him to come to the table and do an option agreement. And these are reasonable option agreements that are listed in the appendix at the back of this presentation. While we were doing the work, we also, the hidden intrusive, this is outlined in yellow. You saw that went to the north, so we staked as much ground as we could in the area. You'll see we weren't able to go south because unfortunately Sun Summit, who had a discovery just 7 kilometers south of us, we didn't know at the time that they had staked all the ground. So we weren't able to. They announced that in January 2019. And their discovery, copper gold discovery, gold silver discovery at the Buck target is only 7 kilometers to the south of us. So they've expanded their property to the area to the edge of our property. So we found that very encouraging. So the initial Dungate quartz porphyry intrusion, 2FP, so I don't mispronounce it, is outlined in purple here on this map, and the hidden intrusion is again to the north on the map. We did all the work to get to this stage to be comfortable drilling and identifying targets. We did the copper soil sampling and outcrop sampling. The sample for gold in the sampling, we identified outcrops with gold, 1.7 grams of ton gold, and soil sampling as well that correspond with the known intrusive. The magnetic anomaly that was identified, the hidden intrusive to the north in 2019. We followed that up with the IP survey, and the IP chargeability anomaly of 1.2 kilometers corresponded with magnetic high identified on the magnetic high identified in the magnetic survey. The potential is the initial Dungate intrusive is an intrusive dome, and the IP survey suggests alteration and mineralization halos with the highest high-speed response are related to mineralization surrounding the core intrusion. And that is what our target is on this program. The IP survey in this slide, we have 3 cross sections that cover 800 kilometers of strike, line 1400 to line 2200, line 1800 being one in the middle, and that is where the drill hole 75-1, the deep drill hole was drilled, and we'll talk about that in the next slide. This identified again, this whole survey has identified a high chargeability IP anomaly of 1.2 kilometers in diameter, 56 megavolts, and it is increasing in size and strength with depth. This is line 1800, the line in the middle from the survey. Overlaid on this cross section is hole 75-1 from 1975. The drill logs indicated 142 millimeters of bonded copper pyrite at the bottom of the hole, and you can see that this really barely scratched the surface of a very large IP anomaly. Strongest IP anomalies have never been tested by drilling, and that's what we're doing now in this drill program. We're targeting for discovery of a copper intrusive copper project, basically, but the benefit here is a secondary target. We will be drilling through a quartz pyrite breccia zone that's shown on the middle of this map. That was identified and drilled the drill log from hole 75-1, and it appears to be the same type of mineralization as reported in the drilling that Sun Summit did, just 7 kilometers to the north. This slide indicates the logging road that we used to access the property, so it's very quick to get to the project area. We've done hole 1. We drilled that first because that was easiest, and once we got the driller there, we didn't want any issues, and we didn't want him to leave, so we wanted to make sure it was easy to get going and get the program underway. That hole has been completed. We've also completed now hole number 2, and we're on to hole number 3, which is the green collar just in the middle of the map, and that is the hole that that corresponds to hole 75-1. And again, in these drill holes, number 1, 4, and 3, we are going to be testing the quartz pyrite breccia zone as well. So it's a secondary target, the gold zone, but our main target is the copper porphyry. That's what we set out to drill here, and we are doing that with approximately 500 meter holes. And the depth of the IP survey only goes down to 250 meters, so we're going beyond that in this drill program. And hole 75, which was 330 meters long, only basically went to that depth as well. There are 4 holes here, holes 1 to 4, that are testing the Dungate intrusive. Holes 5 and 6 are going to be testing the edge of the hidden intrusive to the north. That's basically our program is well underway. We have 2 shifts going. We're probably half the core from the first drill hole It's Appleton off to the left, so we're trying to get it in works as quick as we can. The drill results will take a while, as everybody knows, but we're just doing the best we can to keep moving forward on this. Joe Campbell, who I mentioned earlier, I think is the key to this project. He identified and brought us the opportunity for this property. He was the project manager, led the discovery team for the Meladine Gold Project that's now owned by Agnico Eagle and in production since 2019. With me, he was co-founder of Terex Minerals, which is now Gold Terra Resource Corp, which are developing a project in mining claims around the city of Yellowknife. And Joel was really a key for identifying that opportunity and assembling the land package that they are still working and developing resources on today. And Joe still serves with them as the chief operating officer. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Faster than I thought. Okay, we have a low market cap. I said about $4.5 million as of today, 26 million shares issued. We have a management team that's done this before, raising money for projects as well as discovering opportunities and developing them. Coastology is always great. We're 7 kilometers from the Sun Summit project, and their property is just to the south of us, and became that way because of staking they did as they made their discoveries and saw the opportunity in the area. It's an established, safe mining jurisdiction. It's a mining town in Houston. It was there because of the Equity Silver Mine. It's still very active in the area. There's lots of mines throughout the area, and there's maps on our website sort of indicating some of the large mines that you've heard of that are in the neighborhood. Importantly, we're accessible all year round because we're so close to town. We're not on the side of the top of a mountain. This can be drilled all year round, and Sun Summit confirmed that by drilling in January of last year, just 7 kilometers south of us. We have confirmation of mineralization depth in historic drill logs, which gives us encouragement to go deep. We have a 6-hole drill program underway. We are fully funded for that, and we will have cash left after to do subsequent drilling, depending on what results and what our success this year dictates where we go to and move forward as far as to advance the project. And we're fully funded for this program with a multi-year area-based drill permit. This will allow us to do 10 holes next year, and really all we have to do is just advise them where we're going. They'll either object or not, and we should have no problem moving there, provided we do a proper job of reclaiming what we've done already. So we've done work in the area for the last 3 years. We're known to the community. Our drill permits went through without any comments or issues or difficulties. And we've kept everybody in the local community advised. And as we move forward, we recognize that's very important, and we'll continue to do so. That basically summarizes the project. I really appreciate you taking the time to hear our story. The appendix lists the option payments on the properties. Again, there's no hidden skeleton in the closet, no big balloon payment on this wonderful project. By the end of by the December this year, we'll own it 100%. We'll have done all the work and made all the payments, which are